going to be the introductory video that I put in front of every tutorial video. You're more than welcome to skip past it. But as a reminder, I do have white arrows on my shoes so that you can see which way my toes are pointing. I also have these little white patches on my shoulders. That's going to be an indication, if you see them, that I've turned my hips or shoulders, or both. I also have a grid here. I've got 2 green lines and 2 yellow lines, and I'll be referencing those in the video tutorials. The width of it, whether I'm standing on the lines this way or if I'm standing on the tape lines this way, is my shoulder width. These, if you put them down on your floor, should be your shoulder width. But never should your feet be this close together. Nobody's shoulders are this narrow or this wide. So your shoulder width is where your pieces of tape will be. I also have this backdrop behind me. If you see me shift towards this face on the backdrop, I've shifted my weight to the right. Over here, I've shifted my weight to the left. As always, I've kept this hair tie on my right wrist as an indicator of which one is my right wrist. I've also put a different pair of pants on today. I've had some of my students say it's easier to see when I bend my knee if I'm in something that's a little more form-fitting. So I've given you several visual aids: backdrops, shoulder patches, arrows on my shoes, and visual references on the floor as well. So let's get on with the video tutorial.
Welcome back, and we're here today to work on ward off right. Last time we worked on ward off left. Today will be ward off right, and we will show the transition from ward off left to ward off right. Quick reminder, if you need to go back and watch the 2-minute tutorial about the marks on the floor, my shoulders, the wristband, the pants, donations, purpose of these videos, go back and go watch those. But if you don't need to, we're going to press on. All right, so last week we went over from the beginning where we went from the V to the 11 and how we worked on the 45 degree with the right foot and stepping forward into ward off left. So I'm going to start this direction so you can see how we transition then from ward off left to ward off right. All right, so now I've got my right foot on the more forward yellow line, and my left foot is on the green line back here because we just finished ward off left. Okay, now here's the tricky part, because when we do ward off right, the percentage of students will step over to this railroad track and they'll stay on that railroad track and try to do ward off right, which you're going to be off balance if you do that. When you do ward off right, I'm on 2 separate, I'm on the green line with my left foot, the yellow line with my right foot. As I step forward, don't focus on the hands right now. You're going to step not to the green line, but you're going to step in front of this front yellow line and over to the vertical yellow line. And you're going to switch your stance. Now my left foot is currently on this back green line. As I shift into this front right leg, I let my left toe drift, or it was here at a 90 degree, now it's 45 in between these 2 points of that green line. Went from on the green line to in between the green line. Once again, we're going to start from ward off left here. This was our ward off left. Ward off right, the right foot comes in, breathing in and breathing out. Not the green line, but over there on the right yellow line. We'll focus on the hands more in a minute. Weight is now in the right leg, which now allows my left foot to easily turn, and my hips have come back to the front. We're here, both feet here on the green line. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Right leg starts to bend. Watch my hips. As the left foot turns, so do my hips come forward. Notice when I turned, watch my knee. My knee did not turn. I left my knee over my foot over the yellow line. It was straight, bent, and now it stays over my foot, doesn't come out. Okay? All right. Let's work the right hand first. So the right hand is on the bottom of the ball. Left hand is on top of the ball, base of the throat, below your navel. Notice it's not close to my body and it's not stretched out. It's very comfortable. Here's where your breath is in. The breath out, just focus on the right hand for now. And the left toe. All that happens simultaneously as you're moving. The right hand, all it did was start from the bottom of the ball and come up in front of my chest. Okay? As it was here, I put it in front of my chest and I didn't move it anymore. I just turned my body. So this never happens. We showed you that earlier when we did ward off left. That never happened. We just transferred our body and the hand came with us. Same thing with ward off right. In front of my chest, turning my body. Now it's under my chin, in front of my chest, and it's got a nice distance. I'm not squishing this balloon here. It's out. And later on, when I do this from the sides, you'll see that much better. So the left hand uses the left elbow as the right hand just uses the elbow as a pivot point. Okay? The left hand, when we do this, as we step, the left hand is on top of the ball. It just pushes down and bends the wrist, and then you shift your weight, and the hand is in front of your chest. It was here. So you'll notice I didn't move my arm. It was on top of the ball. I bent the wrist, pointing my wrist away from my chest, bent the right knee, let the left toe go to a 45, and I pushed my hips. The left hip was back, and then it was forward. And the right hand is in front of it, holding the ball here, like a small balloon. Don't pop the balloon. Leave a space in between there. Not crushed up close to my chest. My arms are relaxed and out in front. So we've worked on the footwork, the bending and straightening of the knees. We've worked on the turning of the hips. Let's add the breath, which of course, as we always say, is the most important part. So from the ward off left, we come to ward off right. Notice where I'm looking over my right shoulder. Watch my head. As I put my right foot out, I'm still looking forward. My shoulders turn, not focusing on the hands right now. My shoulders turn, but my head kept looking forward. The hips were here, and then the hips rotated forward. My shoulders were here, they rotated forward, and my head stayed looking in the direction that I'm going. Back to the breath, breathing in, nice and slow, breath in, and breath out. So you end the movement with the breath. I don't want to say end the movement, but as you transition from this to the next part, that's where this breath ends before you go to grasp the sparrow's tail, which we're picking up next week or next lesson. All right, so again, breath in and breath out. Nice. All right. So that was ward off left to ward off right, starting in this direction. I'm going to do it this direction, and then this direction, and then finally to the back, so that you can see it from all angles. Here we are. Left foot's on the left railroad track, right foot is on the right railroad track, and on the back, the green line, not the front yellow line, right? And we just finished ward off left, 45, straight, knee. We breathe in, bring that right foot up to the left foot, Good. I'm going to step not here, not on this front yellow line, but I'm stepping back there to the right railroad track of the horizontal railroad tracks. And it's the green one in the back. Back there. Not here. Back there. And doing the ward off right. And again, once the weight's here, then I can let my left foot turn. All of that happens at one time. Breathing in, the right hand is underneath, and all it does is come up. This all happens simultaneously as you let the breath out, or push the breath out and squeeze the abdominal muscles. Good, and you see where I'm looking. I'm going to be looking this direction, breath in, looking over my right shoulder, breath out. All right, now we're going to do it going to the back. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to do it to this side. So we just started with ward off left, going towards this wall and end up facing the back, and then I'll do it from the back, rotating that direction. So you can see how the feet work regardless of which way. I keep my feet on this square. I'm never on one line except when I'm transitioning, bringing my feet together before they go back out again. Notice I'm bringing the breath in as I'm pulling all of my energy in before I step out. All right, so here we are with the ward off left. We just finished the breath out. Breath in, looking over my right shoulder to see which way I'm going. All right, good. 45. I didn't go on the yellow line. I went on the green line. All right, now we're going to go the other direction. We're going to start from the back with our ward off left. Again, 45. Notice 2 separate railroad tracks, not on the same railroad track, 2 separate railroad tracks. Ward off left was here. And then we breathe in, breath in, looking where you're going, breath out. Notice on the right foot, I'm on the yellow line, not the back green line. The left foot is in between the intersection of the yellow and the green at a 45, not straight. Elbows are not pulled in. They're relaxed. Should be able to fit a fist's width between the back of your right arm and your rib cage. And you're holding a small balloon. Don't pop the balloon. All right. So we went from ward off left to ward off right. We focused on where the feet go, the breath, the arms. As you come in, keep them relaxed. And the right hand just pivots up in front. All right. So next tutorial, we will show the transition from ward off right to grasp the sparrow's tail. And again, we'll do the same type of work where we do the front, both sides, and the back. We'll work each of the feet separately, the hands separately, and the breath. If you do any portion of this, focus mostly on the breath. Okay, thank you for joining today, and I'll see you next time for ward off right into grasp the sparrow's tail. Have a Zen day.